Go for it on fourth down there, but you can't just hand the defense a win in that spot, David.
No, and when you go back and you look at games, a lot of times those field goals get you beat. And this offense is like, forget that, we're going to be aggressive. And because they got it, it was a great call.
With the run on first and goal. And he'll be stopped for no gain and will be stopped for the end of the first quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll try to power it in. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. The defense putting points on the board.
And that's the kind of play that can win you the game. You're on defense. It looks like the opponent's just going to run it in for an easy touchdown, but you create the takeaway, you scoop and score. It's a game-changing play. It's a momentum-changing play. And you can see on the sideline right now, they are completely galvanized by that defensive score.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Going to the running game. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Looking for a man. It's Simmons. Extending the play. Across the 25. He's got room. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. And he was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Looking downfield on first down. The short hands, it's dribbling. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. You know, you think back on the Jackson Dart era at Ole Miss, the best 3-year run in more than 50 years. Now Austin Simmons steps in, full of potential, Jesse, to lead the Rebels to further glory.
Quarterbacks have played so well under Lane Kiffin in recent years. You can even go ahead of Jackson Dart back to Matt Corral and what he was doing in that offense. So now the lefty takes over. This dude's got a lot of talent. He can make every single throw on the field. Lane Kiffin's playbook is completely at this guy's disposal, and because of that, you know there are going to be a lot of big plays for the Rebels.
And the Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. Someone moved a little early, and the offense will go backward.
False start offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the miscue, 1st and 15 for this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. Looking for a man. It's Simmons. Slips through his hands and incomplete, and they had everything set up for the screen except the catch. The Rebels need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on third down. They just keep firing. Going for the big play. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. And the Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Going right to work up top. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable in run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
The Panthers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. A little screen to the running back. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on third down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Things haven't gone exactly the way they drew it up. Turnover, punt, and now they have it back. They're going to test the right side with this one. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Dropping back, it's Simmons. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Stribling. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to go up top on first down. Now improvising. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And quarterback's accuracy goes way down when you start to get him on the move. And you want to make it go way down even further? Pop that sucker. Nice job making him move, scramble out to his left, and then getting a good clean stick on him. That's 2 things he has to think about on one play.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They've got it in field goal range, but they'll try to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. The Rebels kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And the Rebels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Trying to power it in. He's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Man, that's frustrating as a defense because you've got to stop the run. There's a good chance they're running the football here in this situation, trying to punch it in the end zone. You're trying to go to the half with a little bit of momentum. This defense just couldn't make the play to get off the field.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be dragged down. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A memorable first half of football so far today in Oxford. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect first half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Vaught-Hemingway.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Ready to start things here in the second half. Georgia State about to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Wide receiver going in motion. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down.
Oh, out of space. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Man, those are so hard to defend. You know, the quarterback, obviously he's doing the run-pass option and creating some indecision in my head. And look at that. He hands it off, and the back gets a quick 10. Easy. You know, like just chews up yardage. Just really, really tough to stop those kind of plays.
Back to pass, it's Simmons. Got a man, it's Haas. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Looking to scramble. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Offense in a bunch formation. Quarterback making adjustments. Back to pass on second down. With the catch, it's Stribling. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. They'll run this play from the pistol. Wants to keep it in the air. Good timing on the quick out. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. They'll give it to the back. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw, it's Simmons. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
Third down is money down, and they were money. Great job getting the football to your playmaker, and then watch, after the catch, making the play, getting the big first down. Now you're set up in great position to go get 6 with a first-and-goal opportunity.
And the Rebels trying to cash it in on first and goal. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. The Rebels started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. A first down run in the red zone. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
2 of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to punch it in here on second and goal. Looking to fire. Touchdown, Rebels! And that one will give them the lead. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? You peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost the race.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Walker. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. To the air on first down. He's got an open man. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down.
Love the accurate throw by the quarterback there. Curl route against man coverage. You got to put that right into the body of the wide receiver who's running back towards you. Nice job executing it, and they pick up the first.
Leaves it with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
And the Panthers, now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to go up top. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping to run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires to the big fella. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. The offense changing the play. Running back searching for a hole. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Keeps it on the draw. And he was able to pick his way for just a few yards, and that'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Back to throw, it's Simmons. Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. They have the lead in a 1-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Wallace. And the Rebels get enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to adjust the pattern. Going up top again. Moves around to clear up the vision. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. They'll run the screen. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football, though.
He'll pull it on the read.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Taylor has it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Simmons. Bringing the heat. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. I wasn't sure that one was going to get there, but had just enough gas to make it over the crossbar. And now the lead is extended a little further.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Caught over the middle, it's Riles. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. All right, guys, let's chat about Georgia State. Unless there is a dramatic turn of events, this is not going to be a way to cool off that hot seat.
And they're going to have to be able to handle adversity and handle the outside noise moving forward, because losing this game in week 1, all the detractors, all the naysayers, that noise is going to get louder.
And the rush will get to him at the 25. The defense coming up big there. The sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feel.
Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Trying to take it back. He's at the touchdown. Ole Miss. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job, not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Here comes the heat. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, through the end.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Georgia State jumps back to the line.
Well, what a great job by the defense and phenomenal effort chasing down the quarterback, getting that sack for a huge loss, and now they're licking their chops, lining up with tempo. They're ready to do it again.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Grabbed behind the line. It's Amos.
And this is not decision time. This offense, it's green light the rest of the game. Down multiple possessions, got to go for it on 4th down. Probably had that in mind. It's a little shorter 4th down, but this offense has got to stay fast-paced and got to make some explosive plays.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. This Georgia State offense ready to go with another 1st down. He'll set up to throw. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Here's the heat. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. And how big is that earlier sack now as they try to get it in the end zone here? He'll take a shot. clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. He wants to throw it. Under fire. They got him. Big stop in the backfield, and what a stand by this defense to keep points off the board. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Simmons. Well, it's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
The Rebels are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to throw deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock.
Oh, and now the ball has been knocked free. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. On 4th down, going to the air. He's got it, 1st down and more. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Georgia State ready to go with another 1st and 10. Spins away from the defender. Gets away from one, finds room. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28. The Panthers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Offense takes a timeout, 27 seconds left.
And it's another tackle for loss for this defense. I'll tell you, they came into this game knowing they had to shut this guy down. He's one of the best in the nation, and they've given him the ball a bunch. He's just had nowhere to run, and I don't think anybody expected him to struggle as much as he had so far in this game.
Got it in the middle, it's Amos. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left. Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. And the Panthers headed quickly to the line. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
This is exactly how you draw it up. This is a situation where you can have all the easy stuff. We're not giving up the big play. The defense understands the situation, forces the incompletion, and now has a chance to just take that beautiful victory formation, run the clock, and get the W.
Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Fires left. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
After this, it'll be a wrap. Wants to throw. It's Simmons. Grabbed in the middle. It's Lee. And that is how we will wrap this one up. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.